because my camera's not working.
Your camera is not working. Okay, no worries. So welcome. Welcome. Sometimes people have problems because the internet takes up a lot of data
Yeah,
when you use cameras, so that's okay. We can work on that later. Um, okay, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I can see you have Evelyn Lumi. Do you want me to use that name or is that another account?
You can just call me Evelyn.
Evelyn? Okay, lovely, Evelyn. And you live in Melbourne?
Yes, I'm living in Melbourne.
And what do you do for work, Evelyn?
I'm a childcare educator.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Mm,
Um, so that is for like daycare that
Yes,
under five, yeah?
yes, they care for under five. That's right.
Do you love children?
Yeah, I love children.
Oh, good,
I don't
good.
have one, but I love children.
Yeah. Do you have a partner, Evelyn?
Yes, I do have a partner. We've been together nearly 3 years.
Okay. And did you meet them here in Australia or in
Yeah, I
sorry.
met him here.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice, nice. So you have been in Australia for how long?
So in Australia, in total, like 5.5 years.
Oh, okay, so a long time. Good.
Yeah.
And have you already done an IELTS test, Evelyn?
No, I haven't. I only did PT test like a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, yep. And what was your score?
It wasn't that good. It was only like 37 or something.
37. Okay, no problem. That's fine. That's what we're here to do, is to help you make your score higher.
Yes, thank you.
So I'm just making some notes so I can remember all of these details for later, because today I will do some assessment and we will talk about what you need,
Okay.
and then I can make a better structure for our classes, okay?
Okay, that sounds good.
Yep, good. Okay. And what do you need your IELTS for? What is your goal? Are you going to uni or for what do you need it for?
Yeah, so I'm planning to study an advanced diploma in childhood education. So I need to improve more like my writing.
You're
Yeah.
writing. Okay, so how do you feel about speaking?
Um, I am fine with speaking, but sometimes I feel nervous when I talk to the parents or people
Okay, yep.
who's native speaker.
Yeah, of course. And that's normal. If I was in your country, I would be nervous. So
Yeah.
so that's normal. And what do you feel nervous about specifically? Like the way you say your words, your full sentences?
Yeah, like my full sentence, and
Hmm.
sometimes I know I don't pronounce properly.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. And pronunciation, all right, no worries. And sorry, is your childcare education at university?
No, this is like, oh, sorry, you mean my job or the,
So your goal. So
oh,
when you
yeah,
want to complete your education, will that be at university or
yes,
TAFE? Uni.
yeah, uni.
Yeah.
I think it would be Victoria Uni.
Victoria?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Cool. And when do you want to start that next year?
I I'm planning to start May.
May. Okay. So not far.
Not far. Need a little bit more. Someone to push
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Sometimes we can we can avoid for years,
Yes.
but we just have to do it. So
Yeah.
May is not too far, but it's okay. It's not next month. It's not January.
Yeah,
So
still a little
that's
bit time to go.
yeah, you'll be fine. I can tell that already that you have a high level of speaking, so that's good. So that's what we will do today. We will talk, we will do the speaking part of the test so I can assess you from that.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so I'll explain to you. Um, so IELTS has 4 parts. So the listening, the speaking, there is reading, and there is writing.
Right.
The
Yeah.
reading part is broken into 2 levels. So
Yeah.
general, and then academic, which is what you're aiming for.
Okay.
And then the same with writing, general and academic.
Okay.
So all up, it is about it's around 2 hours. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And when we do the speaking, which is what we're going to do today together,
Okay.
um, that also is broken into 3 parts.
Okay, 3 parts.
Okay, so you might want to start making some notes to remember.
Yep.
So the speaking test goes for approximately 10 to 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes. Yes.
Yep. The number 1 part is called the introduction and interview.
Interview. Yeah, sure.
Yep. That goes for 4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yep, so you'll answer general questions, for example, your family, your
Yeah.
work, studies, interests. So I think we have nearly already been doing that, just
Yeah.
just saying hello and I'm asking you questions. So the similar, but I'll do it again in a little bit more structure.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
And number 2 is called individual long term.
Individual long term.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and
Yeah.
that goes for 3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes. Yes.
Yeah, and that one is you'll receive a card in the
Yes.
exam, and that is your topic. So you have one topic,
Yes.
and that's what you will need to speak about. So essentially, you're talking the whole time. But
Okay.
you have 1 minute for preparation to make notes, and then you speak for 2 minutes. Okay, and then I will ask maybe 1 or 2 questions for 1 minute. Okay, would you like me to repeat that one?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay, so part 2 is called individual long term,
Individual long term. Yes.
goes for 3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes. Yes.
You will receive a topic.
Yes.
You will have 1 minute for preparation,
1 minute preparation. Yes.
2 minutes for speaking,
2 minutes for speaking. Yes.
and then 1 minute to answer questions from the examiner.
Yes. Question. Yes, sure.
Okay, all right, that's part 2.
Yes.
So part 3 is called two-way discussion.
Two-way discussion.
Yep,
Yes.
that goes for 4 to 5 minutes.
Oh, 4 to 5 minutes. Yes.
Yep, and this one you will answer further questions related to part 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so any questions? Anything you would like me to repeat?
No, all good. You have make it very clear for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
thank
right. I'm just going to get my Up. Um, so we'll do timing to get used to it already, okay?
Okay, yeah, sure.
So I'm going to put my alarm on my clock or my timer. And I might ask you the same questions.
Yeah, sure. And try and make it longer, yeah?
Yeah,
Like,
so remember this one is 4 to 5 minutes, okay? So I will stop the timer. I'll set it, I don't know if you can see, but I'll set it
yeah,
for 5 minutes,
okay, yeah.
okay? And we'll just talk.
Okay.
Just like you're meeting a new person for the first time, okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go. I'm starting now.
Mm.
Hey, hello, Evelyn. It's nice to meet you today. How are you feeling?
I'm pretty good. I have a good sleeping in and relaxing in the morning.
Oh, good.
And
That's nice. Yeah, it's important to have rest, isn't it?
yeah, it's been working like whole week. It's finally away from the children.
Okay, yeah, busy. And how many days have you been working?
I'm working 5 days, like full-time job at the moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And can you tell me the name of the center?
Oh, it's in Newport Lake.
Newport Lake, was it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, all
Newport
right.
Lake.
And
You,
how many students do you have, Evelyn? Your own students that you look after each day.
yeah, so we do have like in our room because I'm staying in baby's room. So we will have 12 babies
Yeah.
with another two staff, two other educators. So in total, three educators. We gonna take care of 12 babies every day.
Okay. All right. That's a lot of babies.
Yeah. So the ratio is like one educator with four babies.
One to four.
Yes.
Right. Okay. All right. And do the babies mainly stay all day, or are some just there for a short time?
Because they newly stay in this center for like almost 1 year, so they are used to like for a whole day, like 7 to 5,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
even like
Yeah.
around that
Yeah.
time.
And do they miss their mum?
Yeah, every morning when they drop off, the parent drop off, they were like
Mm.
crying. No, like, doesn't want a parent to leave, and then they
Yeah.
want to go home. Yeah.
Yeah. But do they love you now? Are they used to you now?
Yes, I do have make more connection with some little babies. One
Mm.
of them even give me a nickname for her.
Oh, what is the nickname?
So she liked to name her favorite things. So she called me Guda.
Oh,
But she knows my name and she can say my name, but she likes to call me Guda.
oh, that's so cute. And how old is she?
She's just turned 2.
Oh, so just speaking now.
Yes.
Yeah, and walking. Is she walking properly?
Yeah, she's walking, running.
Yeah. Oh, so cute.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been working at this particular childcare, Evelyn?
So if say full time, working in like half a year,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
but I working for the center for I think 8 or 9 months.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, because before I was casual, so
Yeah,
not many shifts there.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good. Congratulations that you yeah, have more shifts. It feels good, doesn't it, when your job is secure?
Yeah, because the children will more trust you and then more come to
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And I think the other staff as well trust you and you can work better and more reliable and
Yes, my room leader loves me because
yeah. And how many staff in the whole center for all the groups?
Roughly around 20 staff.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yes.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So we are like small center. So it's not-
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like it's a lot of people, but it would be still, is it still 1 to 4 in the older levels?
So we take like 0 to 5,
Yeah,
and then one device for 4 rooms,
yeah, yeah,
and then different room has different ratio. So some rooms like
okay,
4 staff, 2 staff, like.
okay. Right, yeah, I understand, yeah. And does your childcare supply meals for the children, or do they have their own lunch?
Yeah, we do have like central cooker. The chef from the kitchen, she will prepare meals for the child.
Yeah. I think your sound just went funny.
Can you hear me now?
You sound like you've walked away from the computer.
Oh, really? I didn't move.
Don't know, I'm not sure. That's all right. I can still just hear you. So the alarm went off. Okay.
Yes.
So that was 5 minutes. And how did you feel?
It's not too bad. Just struggling some word like how to say it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I think the advice I would give you immediately is, and it's probably my fault as well, but maybe expand your answer. You did for maybe 2 or 3 answers, but expand.
Okay.
So it's always good to use things like, I'll show you a video tomorrow, but it's so you can say, I have, I look after 4 babies. For example, one of the babies has been there for 6 months, so now we have a very good connection. It is hard when a new baby comes in. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So just remember, always expand because the examiner is listening for your full sentence, how you can lead from one topic to the next, things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, just look at my criteria and we will see where you might be up to. Okay, so I think you're probably roughly about halfway. So it goes from 1 to 9, 9 being the highest.
Yes.
0 is non-attendance,
Okay.
and number 1 is no communication possible. So a very, very new
Oh,
person begin that has no English, no English. Okay.
okay. Yeah.
All right. So I guess number 2 is someone who has a little bit. So I think you're probably around the 6 or the 7 mark, which is pretty good.
Good to hear that.
Yeah, no, I think so. There's a few gaps I can see, but that's okay. That's what we're here to work on. So that's part 1. Okay.
Sure.
All right. Give me a moment to get a topic and then we can go straight into part 2.
Okay.
Where is my? So remember, this is individual long term. And I'm going to type in chat so you have it in front. If you were in the exam, you would be given a card. So a piece of paper with the topic on it. So I'm going to write it into our chat box. Okay. How is the weather in Melbourne? Just while I'm writing, we can chat. How is the weather in Melbourne?
Oh, today's pretty good. It's like sunny day. A
Oh,
little bit windy.
a little bit windy? Okay.
Yes.
So do you remember we had our camp?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was so cold. It was so cold.
Yeah, the weather's been so weird.
Oh, it was like winter. It was the no
Yeah.
different.
Yes. I don't like it winter.
No, no, I do not. I do not. So I'm back in Adelaide now. I'm in the hotel, and
Oh
the weather, I think this is very similar to Melbourne. It's
yeah.
sunny, but not hot, not like it should be, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm sending through the topic, and then I'll give you some instructions.
Okay.
And you can maybe take a photo or copy, whatever you want to do, whatever is easiest for you.
I'll take photo
Yeah,
quicker.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Oh, in my education, is it in general like?
Yeah, so you maybe had a teacher from your very little beginning school. So maybe like you know, you are
Oh,
you are also a teacher, a little bit different, but you maybe remember a teacher from very, very early. Maybe you had a teacher that was in high school or maybe out of school, like a coach, you know, someone you remember and you think, oh, I really like what they said and I want to, I want to be like them, or I remember that important lesson they taught.
yes.
Okay, so I'm giving you some more instructions for your notes. So while I am typing, you can think about
Yes. What
your
can I say
answer.
here?
What? Mm, what? And this will help you.
Okay.
Special. Um, what spell today? Okay. Okay, so there's some instructions for your notes.
Okay.
Now, when you write your notes, you don't want to write the whole thing
Yeah.
because you only have 1 minute, you won't have time. So
Okay.
you need to make points. So
Okay.
for example, you could say, I met them when I was in high school. They taught me history, but just the notes like high school, history, kind, um, why did they influence you? Because they taught you love history and they were very passionate. So just those keywords
Yes, sure.
to remind you while you were talking. Now these are the um, full instructions. So
Okay.
let me just type that, and then you'll have 3 pictures to keep for the speaking test. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so there's your 3 pictures, 3 photos. I'll just give you a minute to read those.
Okay.
Then you can ask questions.
Okay. Yes.
You good?
Yes. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So I will start the timer now,
Okay.
and I'll do it in parts. So 1 minute
Okay.
for 1 minute for note taking, starting now.
Okay.
You have 30 seconds.
Okay.
You have 10 seconds. 5, 3.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now I'll put it to 2 minutes. And when I
Yep.
say start, you'll just talk.
Okay.
Okay, start now.
Okay. So when I was like around 10 to 12 years old, I met this teacher. She was my so like after school, the place where all the children goes. I met this teacher. Her name's called. I remember her name's like Joyce. I think she told me that she had been studying in Canada. So and then she came back to Taiwan, so she teach English to me. And I remember that because her, so I have inspired me and influenced me. uh, I love English. I want to study English because by the time I was like just a little young girl, and then I admired of her. She's like in her English, the way she teach me, it was make me feel like, oh, that's like another word for me. And then if I could speak English, that would be different new experience to me. But I was just back this time. I feel like that time she was a little bit mean to everyone, but I don't know, somehow like I feel like that's that's what girls like a little bit drama things, but still like, oh, that's totally new experience for us. Because back the time was like we are like only study, so we never heard like other from other country how they teach people the teacher how's the way they teach English or teach others different things. So she was the teacher inspired me and influenced me so much until now, because I couldn't think about other teacher who like it really influenced me so much.
Okay, good. That was
Yeah.
good. Good job. So I will just put the timer on for 1 more minute now. So I will
Yeah.
ask you a question.
Yes.
And you keep talking, so it's on. So it sounded like you have followed in Joyce's footsteps a little bit. You have travelled to Australia, and now
Yeah.
you are teaching in a way.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, but as you said, I kind of a little follow her, like in this industry, like teach children.
And how would you like to help your students, to influence your students? You have 20 seconds.
Oh, okay. So, because as I know from my experience, the teacher is always boring for teaching. So I want my future student will have fun and then learn so much through my teaching. If I'm like funny, interesting enough. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I like that answer. I believe the same. I think we learn, don't we,
Yes.
better when we are having fun
Yeah.
And so this is just me talking now. I think we learn when our teacher lets us make mistakes.
Yes.
Mm. And some teachers make you feel very bad when you make a mistake, but that's how we learn,
Yeah.
from mistakes. Okay, so this one is a bit harder, but this is called, remember, two-way discussion.
Yes.
So I'm going to just ask you questions, more questions about your teacher Joyce and
Okay.
your experience, and you try to expand your answers, okay?
Okay.
So let's do 5 minutes. And remember what a two-way discussion is. It goes back and forth. It's not always just about questions. Sometimes you'll say, oh, but I found this very interesting. And then you go on to tell me something you think I would like to hear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. So 5 minutes. Okay. So Joyce sounds like a lovely lady. How old was Joyce when she was teaching you? Do you remember?
I would say roughly around 25 to 30. Can't really remember, but I would guess like she was a young lady back that
Yep.
time.
Yeah. And do you remember if she was married and had children, or maybe not? You maybe didn't know.
No, I don't think so. I think she was single, and I remember she loved Puff Power Girls so much.
Oh,
So
yeah.
every time she came to the class to show, she would show us like, oh, did she buy? What did she buy these? And then she even give one pen. She's like, oh, if you study or get the high school, I'll give you this. Like
Oh,
as a present for you to study hard.
oh, wow, I love that. And did you watch the Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, I did when I was kids. I love it so much because
Yeah.
it's so hard to get the like some stuff sticker or pens back the
Okay,
time. Yeah. So
okay.
when we saw it, I was like, oh no, we need to study hard to get that.
Yeah, that's good. A good incentive, isn't it? Do you give your, I suppose you have babies, but you can give them incentive to go to sleep or eat.
Mm, but not really, but because our policy, so we can't really like punish or yelling at them.
Yeah, yeah,
Even I told them, if you don't go to sleep, go to your nap. You can't go outside.
yeah.
As it just like but they can't really. I can't really do anything for them.
Okay, so do you follow their pattern or do you have a routine? Is it
Oh,
their, yeah,
yeah, we do have a routine.
yeah,
So like, but we can't really like forcing children to wake up or sleep.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, all right. So if they don't sleep, they just lay there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we get some parents, they would complain like, oh, you need to put my children to sleep, or like they can only sleep half an hour. You have to wake them up.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
our policy, we can't really do that.
yeah. You just let them do what they want to, what they feel on the day.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, which is good. I think babies, they're always changing quickly.
Yes.
So
Yes.
sometimes they will sleep, and then 1 month later, it's like, nope, no more sleeping.
Yes. That's what baby does every time.
Yeah, true. So I just want to ask a question about Joyce again. Did
Yes.
she
Yes.
did she talk about Canada to you?
Mm, I can't really remember because that time she didn't talk about much about what she studied.
Hmm.
But back this time I just realized she probably studied something major, it's not English. And then she came back, she decided to teach English.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I wonder what she was studying in Canada. That would be interesting to know.
Yeah, that was like
Mm,
nearly 20 years ago.
yeah, it would be. I watched the Powerpuff Girls with my son, and
Yeah.
he's 28, so it would be around 20 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
long time. It goes quickly, doesn't it?
Yes. They
Yeah.
still I still love Puff Girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And there was what was the other? There was a cartoon about a fairy, Fairly Odd Parents or something. It was it the Cartoon Network? Did you have that in Taiwan?
Yes, we do have
Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I think that my son watched many shows from the Cartoon Network.
Yes.
And yeah.
Because in Taiwan's funny. They already translate Mandarin. So if I can
Did they?
remember, yeah. So if I can remember, it's like a Mandarin type the name.
Is it funny now for you watching the what do they call it? Not subtitles, but so that is 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, how did that feel?
Yeah, it's more like talking with friends.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's good.
Yeah.
I think it's a good test because it makes you relaxed in the beginning,
Yeah.
and then you talk about something which is important to you. So Joyce was important, her influence, and then we can just talk about that like you would be having a coffee with a friend, which is nice.
Yes. It's more
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm. So we had some time in between, but altogether that was
Yes.
what did I say? That was back to my notes. 15 minutes. I think we went like full time for everything, so about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, it's
yes.
not that long.
No, it's not, is it? And it's not I think for you where your level is, I don't think it would be too stressful. We just need to fill in some gaps, which is
Yeah.
fine. That's normal.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Let's try one more in regard to the middle part. I'll give you one more topic, okay?
Okay.
And we can practice that part again. And
Okay.
and then we'll do the third part. I don't think we need to do the first part again for us now.
No.
Let's just practice the next question. All right.
Okay.
So once again, I'll put this in chat, but I'll just type the topic this time. You don't need the other two.
Okay.
They're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I made a mistake. I'll do num 1 and 2, but not 3. Sorry, my mistake.
Okay. 1 and 2. Okay.
Yeah. So this is your topic. Mm, Okay, there's your topic.
Oh, email. This is funny.
I know. It could be about the ridiculous amount of subscriptions that we have. Do you just have subscriptions for everything?
Yes, because I like to online shop, so
No, and then but some I've never ever opened.
yeah, me too.
It's just delete, delete, delete.
Yes, it's like
But when,
okay, I'm not gonna buy it.
yeah, no, I know. When I'm in the store, I think, oh, I like this shop. I want more.
Yeah, it's like because you give the email, they give you like discount.
Yeah, yeah. And also I stay up all night if I open those emails. I
Yeah.
just I end up looking at things that I don't need, and
Yes, I know. I was like, okay, they got a tape here. Should I buy it?
I know, I know
Yeah.
why. And now holidays are coming back, travel is coming back, so I'm
Oh,
looking at
yes.
travel, which is nice, but I can't do everything. All right, so this is the next part to our topic 2, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so I'll give you a sec to read it. Tell me when you're ready.
Yes.
Yep. Okay, I'll put the timer on now for 1 minute so you can make some notes.
Okay.
Starting now. So you got 20 seconds.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put the timer on for 2 minutes now. So if you want to start talking now.
Yeah. So I remember it was like 5 years ago. I applied working holiday visa to Australia. So I was waiting for the government to send me the letter about the granting working holiday visa, the email. Because that was my first time, and I did it by myself. But back that time, I wasn't confident enough to read the email by other like from Australia. So the time when I received that email, I was like, yes, I'm going on a venture to Australia. Because I was bored, stay at home, and I want to do something special to me. So I have discussion with my parents, and they do like support me to go on another country to discover new world. So that was kind of important email to me that I received the grant visa email because I did, and then I have talked to my parents about that. So my mom decided to come. So she decided to come to not Australia. So I'm gonna take sorry. So because I'm gonna take the plane, stop in Singapore, and then go to Australia. So my mom decided come to Singapore with me. So by the time I was a little bit stressed because I have to also planned Singapore trip and then everything organized in Australia. At the time it was kind of busy and then some tickets, some problems. So when I get that email, I was feel like so relieved.
Okay. All right. So that was 2 minutes. Now I will do my question for 1 minute.
Yeah.
So we start now. Okay, so you had a big adventure in your future, and did you like Singapore? How long did you stay in Singapore?
I did stay in Singapore for like I think also a week, 6 or 7 days spent there with my
Okay.
mom, my family.
Was that your first time in Singapore?
Yeah, that was my first time. Because Singapore was their culture is so similar as my culture, but at the same time, it's more very diversity.
Mm.
Different nationality people over there. Because in Taiwan, it's more like Taiwanese, not much about other.
Yeah. Okay. So that last bit was good, how you expanded about Singapore. That was
Yeah.
good. And you compared it to Taiwan.
Okay. Yeah.
I love Singapore.
Yeah, I would like to travel again.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the food is awesome because it's all different countries.
Yes. Like very mixed.
Very mixed. Very fresh. I haven't been to Taiwan, but oh, hang on, let's put this in our
Okay. Yeah.
discussion. This will make a good discussion.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So this is our number 3 part. Remember, we've
Yeah.
just did 2. Now we're doing 3. All right, so 5
Okay.
minutes. So the food in Singapore is beautiful because it comes, I think, from many countries. What do you think?
Yes. They come from like Indian, uh, Chinese. When I was there, that's very impressed me about Indian food because I haven't really tried like real Indian food. And then when the time I Google like, oh, people recommend this Indian restaurant, so me and my family went there. We didn't like it the time because we are not familiar and used to this Indian food.
Okay, so you've already, did you say you are used to Indian or not used to? You've already
Not,
had it.
but that time, no, I wasn't used to.
At that time, yeah, okay, I understand.
Mm.
So, what was do you remember your favorite Indian dish?
Yeah, now I like I like the pani puni. That's
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the little bowl. Yeah, I love that so much. Every time
yes,
I order Indian food, I must be order that.
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. I know Indian food is just, even bad Indian food can be good. Like it's,
Yeah, because it's weird to me because I don't really eat spicy. So
okay,
I always pick the things like very creamy and
yeah,
taste good to me. Yeah.
yeah. Do you have a favorite Indian restaurant in Australia?
Yes. So that's in Melbourne.
Mm-hmm,
It's in Food Square.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There's an Indian restaurant. Me and my partner we always go there.
Yeah.
But funny part is after we eat the meal over there, we got diarrhea. Not like big diarrhea, but
Oh, really? Yeah.
funny tummy. You
Mm,
feel funny in your tummy. So,
mhm, mhm.
but the food's so yummy.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yes,
It's
it's
worth
worth.
getting a little bit sick.
Yeah.
Which is strange because if you don't like spicy, usually that's when you get a bit sick, is when you eat spicy, but something else is happening, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Um, so so back to Singapore, did you go to so there's, I think, Chinatown, Little India, and then there's like a Middle Eastern section.
Yes. Okay. Like Arabi Street.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All the places you mentioned, I
Mm-hmm.
have been there, and the most impressed me was me and my family we went to Indian Street, like Indian area, and then
Mm.
one of my cousin wanted to do henna tattoo, and then
Oh,
so we talking Mandarin, and suddenly the Indian lady speak Mandarin to us too, because we
mm,
didn't
yeah,
expect that they could speak
yeah,
in Mandarin too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because they need to be able to catch you,
Yes.
get you into their store. Um, Yeah, that's a good trick. Many countries. I've spent a lot of time in Bali, and they will always say, "Where are you from?" And then they say the greeting in that language from that country.
Yeah.
They're
Okay,
they're
that's
very,
fine.
very clever. One day I was getting, when you get sick of being pressured when you're shopping, like you just don't want to, you're not talking to them, like you just want to
Yeah.
keep walking. And and they're like, "Oh, I'm from Russia." And then they answered in Russia. And then I said another time, "I'm from some strange country like Azerbaijan." And
Yeah.
they went, "Oh."
they, they don't meet people from there too much.
No, I thought I was very, very clever. I was a bit
Yeah.
tired. I think I'd been too shopping too much.
Yeah.
Um, and so did you buy jewelry in the Little India?
No, no, we wasn't planning to buy anything. We just want to browsing and then see
Yeah,
different street over there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Did you see the jewelry? Did you look at the jewelry?
I can't really remember because I'm not a big fan of jewelry, so
Yeah.
I don't remember I did pay attention on that.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, other things to think about. Did you see all the beautiful material to make saris? Did they have that?
Mm,
I haven't been there for a
yeah,
long time.
I did. I think yeah, I think the clothes like it's very beautiful, colorful.
Mm,
Yeah, and I do like the henna tattoos, like pretty cool on your hand.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice, isn't it? Um, have you seen the wedding traditions in the movies where they do the painting with all the women?
Um, yes, but not like too detailed.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went over 5 minutes, which is good.
Okay. Yes.
Yep. And so can you see now how it works? We just keep talking about that topic and we went right away from the email.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about Singapore, that's how a two-way discussion can be. Some examiners will stick to the topic though and
Yeah.
keep asking you more questions about the topic. So I guess you just have to be ready
For
to
everything. Yeah.
for everything, but to be comfortable in that two-way discussion is important, to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is hard because you'll be nervous, but
Yeah.
that's okay. Everyone is nervous all the time. Okay, so I was just thinking seeing you brought up writing, we might just go for, so we've got about 20 minutes left of our class, okay?
Yeah.
So we will go through the writing component of the IELTS test.
Okay.
I don't want you to really practice it now because I don't want you to go away overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I just think what we did was very good today. So now let's just get you thinking about the next one rather than doing. All right.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So just bear with me. So the writing test takes 60 minutes.
16.
Yeah. And I'm doing the academic writing level for you, okay?
Okay.
Not general, because if you're using this for uni, you will be writing academically.
Oh, okay. No, it's 16. 16.
60, 1 hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always confuse 16
Do
and
you?
60.
Yeah. Remember, 60 is 1. It's it's
Okay,
hard
oh no.
because everything else is in 100.
Yeah, okay.
So the writing test has 2 tasks. So we just had 3 tasks. The writing test has 2.
Oh, okay.
All right. So the first task 1,
Yeah.
you should write at least 150 words.
150 words. Yeah.
which will be for 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes.
That's task 1.
Okay.
Task 2, 250 words.
Oh, 250. Okay.
For 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Yes. Get it.
There is 60 minutes altogether,
Yes.
but
Yes.
task 2 will be double the score of task 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it won't be 50 plus 50 to equal 100. Okay, it will be something like say 25 for task 1 and maybe 75 for task 2. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Okay, so you will be given a writing answer sheet,
Yes.
and your answer, you will have your full answer on that sheet, not notes, your final answer.
Okay.
Okay, and you need to complete, or they need to be written in an academic or semi-formal. Might just put that in chat for you actually. Responses to both tasks must be written in an academic or semi-formal. Neutral style. Okay, so that's for writing. We will talk about the style. Okay, well, I will help you with the style.
Okay.
Okay, now you can make notes on the question paper, but you can't take anything away from the exam. You can't take anything out of the room.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just extra paper. Okay.
Okay.
So in task 1, you will be asked to describe describe. So you describe some information. You might be familiar with looking at, let's just say you're teaching the little ones and you're reading a book and you're talking about a picture.
Yes.
You're not just reading the writing, you're saying there is an apple tree and this girl is wearing a blue dress. Okay, you're describing. But in the IELTS test, you will describe a graph. I'm writing this in chat for you, so you can just listen now.
Okay. Thank you.
Graph, a table, a chart, or diagram. So if your boss showed you a graph of how many what enrollments, do you say enrollments for your for the children in your school, like you want to get the number high, so your boss is showing you this is how many students we have, and it's on a graph, so it might have last year during December and this year during December and what you want it to be next year. So you need to describe what that is, what you're looking at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. To present a summary of this information in your own words. Okay, so we will help you, or I will help you with the language that you need to use to describe.
Yes.
Okay, so don't be worried about that. That is part of what I will teach you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now, task 2, you'll be presented. Are you still taking photos?
Yes.
Yeah. So good, isn't it, having a smartphone?
Yes.
You will be presented, okay, with a point of view, argument or problem. Have you done any university studies anywhere else? Or will this be your first?
University, no.
Okay.
Only in my country.
Okay, all right. So this will be your task this will be task 2. This is
Okay.
what you will be given. So I'll just finish writing this and we can talk about what that means. Topics are of general interest. And you should support your ideas with evidence based on your knowledge or experience. Okay, so they're your instructions for part 2. Now, if we go back to what you will be presented with,
Okay.
so a point of view, an argument, or a problem. Let's focus on the word argument. In academic study, an argument is not the same as an argument with your father or your mother. Okay, so you don't have two people fighting. An
Yeah.
argument is one opinion. So, for example, I study archaeology at university, and we would say, so my argument is that, during the Holocene, more people lived on the coast than they did in the mountains.
Okay. Oh,
Okay,
okay. Yeah.
so that's my argument, and now I will tell you why I believe that. Okay,
Yes.
all right, and that goes now into the next point. You should support your ideas with evidence based on your knowledge. So I would say more people lived on the coast during the Holocene because there is more evidence showing the rock art closer to the coast than there is in the mountains. So that means there were more people using that area.
Okay.
Okay, so that I've presented my argument and then I've given my evidence. So I'm backing up. Do you understand backing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm backing up my argument. And point of view is very similar. That is what you think, and a problem could be if we think about your work, a problem might be how do you support the mothers that want their children to sleep for a short time when your policy says let them sleep for how long they want. So then you would try to solve the problem with evidence.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, you would go back. So these are general, it won't be about specific things like archaeology or childcare. It will be general interest. They might ask you about, I don't know, the weather in summer in Australia in 2022. You say, well,
Okay.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
All right, so that one, remember that one's 250 words. So
Yeah.
we call that one an essay.
Oh, okay. That's yeah.
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 And don't worry about the word essay, because 250 words is actually, it's actually quite small to what you will write in university.
Okay.
You'll write more like 1,000 or 2,000 words. So
Yeah, I have heard.
yes, yes. So this is short, okay?
Okay.
All right, so that's part 1 and part 2 of the writing test. Okay, so this one might seem a little bit complex, but I still want to go through it with you so you've got the photo there. I'm just going to copy it straight from my book. Okay, in both tasks, test takers are assessed on their ability to write. New response. Oh, which is appropriate content, organization is now, if you read that one for a sec, just take a minute. No rush. Okay, you tell me when you're finished and we can discuss.
Yeah, sure. Finish.
Good. Okay. Okay, so the parts in this these instructions are your ability to write a response. So that's just a writing. And a response is also another word for answer, which is appropriate in terms of the content. So that is understanding and responding to the question very specifically. You don't want to start talking about something else. The organization of ideas, which is our structure. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So we always write the same way when it comes to academic writing. It will change if you're in sciences or different things, but usually basic structure, introduction, body, conclusion. And the accuracy and range of vocabulary and grammar. Now, this last one is probably the most important because answering the question correctly and organizing your ideas, we can just do that over and over and over again until we get it perfect. But the accuracy and range of vocabulary and grammar is where you need to understand what you're writing and how you're writing. Not the content, but the way you are writing.
Okay.
All right, so vocabulary, we will learn some awesome words for you. It will be like your own personal dictionary, okay? You'll have your own personal, I like to use the word bank, but a group of words.
Okay.
And we will learn, you know, how to use those words appropriately, when, why, what they mean. Synonyms, do you know synonyms?
Not really.
So a synonym, do you remember when I said that response is a bit like answer?
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So answer is a synonym for response. A word that means the same.
Okay.
All right, so we will learn how to have a range of words, a range of vocabulary for you to use. And then grammar is just learning sentence structure, punctuation, clear clauses, clear clauses.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you want to present your evidence, you want to make sure it's very clear so they can get your point straight away.
Okay.
All right, and that's where grammar comes in. All right, so that is what you will be marked on, those three things.
Okay.
Okay. We don't need to worry about that. I think we might start wrapping up actually. Before, I don't want to give you too much to get like overwhelmed with.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we did a lot. You'd actually be surprised. It may not seem like it, but I've been assessing you the whole time.
Mm.
And that we've done, you know, nearly 2 speaking tests. So that's a lot, and that's good. You've done really well. So what I would share with you next would be an example of a chart.
Okay.
All right, for task 1, and then I would go into an example of an essay.
Okay.
All right, and that's not a big deal. Just remember you've got 2 things for the writing task.
Yeah.
Easy. Well, you know, not easy, but it's not a big deal, I guess, you know. Two things. We teach you how to do it. Easy.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. All right. So what are you doing for the rest of the day, Evelyn?
Probably clean the house and
Mhm.
have dinner. Yeah, have dinner with my coworkers.
Oh, lovely. Where are you going?
Are we going to Williamstown?
Where is that?
Williamstown.
Williamstown?
Yes, Williamstown.
Okay. All right. I honestly don't. The first time I went to Melbourne was last week
Oh,
for the
really?
camp. Yeah, first ever. I'm in Adelaide.
I did been to Adelaide. I stay like 1 month over there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
can't really remember. Was it around in the city? Like
Yep,
15 minutes away
yep,
from the
yep,
city here?
yeah. Adelaide's different.
Yeah, like smaller, like
Yeah,
smaller. Yeah.
yeah, much smaller, but it's very nice. The beaches are
Yeah.
really nice, and there's still lots of good food and restaurants. So
Yeah.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you don't
What?
want too much people, Adelaide's the
Yeah,
best choice.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. At 5 o'clock, there will be no people in the city.
Oh.
Like any day. I think on the weekend, like maybe Friday, people will stay and have a drink.
Yeah.
But from Monday to Thursday, 5 o'clock, no one. It's like empty.
Oh,
On,
yeah.
it's amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Compared with
Yeah,
Melbourne, Sydney, so much
compared to
different.
them, yeah, it's bizarre, but you know, it can be nice too because it's a little bit more peaceful.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, that was lovely. How did you? Any questions? Well, how are you feeling? Any feedback?
So will you be my teacher when I start in February, right?
I'm not sure. You'll be face to face, won't you?
Yes.
So no, I only do online.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But we have very good face to face teachers, so don't worry. And we teach the same.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, we teach the same thing, so it won't be different for you. This will give you a really good foundation before you do start. This is
Oh,
a really good
okay.
idea doing it this way because I get to help you with your specific issues.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
because I want to say like I'm happy with you if you teach
Yeah,
me a little bit
I
better. Yeah.
understand. I know. I
Yeah.
know. I know, but it's okay. We have some really good teachers, so don't worry about that. You'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
All right.
fine.
Well, so I will see you tomorrow now, at 6 o'clock your time, was
Yes.
it? Excuse me. Yeah, I'll just double check because I'm half an hour after you.
Oh. Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, so it's only 11:20 now
Okay.
for me. Yeah, so it will be 6 o'clock your time tomorrow. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you then, Evelyn. It was lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you too.
Enjoy your dinner tonight. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.